Hey guys, today we're talking about something that doesn't always come up at the dinner table, but sure makes its presence known when it's a problem. Constipation. You wake up, move through your day, and there's this heavy, sluggish feeling. It's not just physical, it weighs on your mind too. You sit with your coffee, waiting, you shift in your chair. You wonder if something's wrong, or if this is just how it is now that you're older. But it doesn't have to be. Have you ever felt like your body just isn't quite keeping pace with your intentions? You're eating meals, drinking your tea, staying reasonably active, and still your digestion has other plans. It slows down, it pauses, it stalls, and suddenly something that used to be automatic becomes something you worry about. Well, you're not alone. After 60, it's incredibly common. Your metabolism shifts, your muscles, yes, even the ones inside your gut, get a bit lazier, and your routine might not include the foods that once kept things moving. Let's start at the very beginning of the day, your breakfast. And no, we're not going to talk about bland bran flakes or chalky powders. We're going straight to the heart of it, a warm, hearty bowl of oats. You pour water or milk into a pot. Maybe you sprinkle in a bit of cinnamon. The oats start to swell and soften, releasing steam that smells like comfort. You take that first spoonful, and it's more than just food, it's fuel. But here's the real magic. Oats are loaded with soluble fiber, especially a kind called beta-glucan, which forms a gentle gel in your intestines. It bulks up the stool, makes it easier to pass, and feeds the good bacteria living in your gut. Your intestines, believe it or not, have their own little ecosystem, a microbiome of trillions of bacteria. When you feed them right, they produce helpful compounds that keep your colon happy. Oats do just that. They're not a quick fix laxative. They're a builder, a rebuilder. They gently train your gut to keep moving like it used to. Not rushed, not forced, just natural rhythm, restored. And it's not just the fiber. The texture of warm oats helps stimulate digestion. The act of sitting down and eating something comforting can signal your body that it's time to wake up all systems. You get regular because you become regular, habitually. Want to level it up? Try tossing in some flax seeds or berries. Blueberries add antioxidants and even more fiber. A handful of walnuts brings healthy fats that lubricate your gut. Suddenly, this isn't just oatmeal, it's your personal digestive support system. Let's say you're not a morning person. That's fine. Overnight oats work beautifully too. Mix half a cup of rolled oats with almond milk or Greek yogurt. Add a touch of honey, maybe some grated apple, a dash of nutmeg. Let it sit in the fridge while you sleep. In the morning, you have a ready-to-go meal that nourishes and cleanses without any rush. And if you're someone who says, oats make me bloated, well, take it slow. Start small, half a portion. Your body might need a little time to adjust if you haven't had much fiber lately, but once it does, you'll likely feel lighter. Less pressure, less guessing whether today's the day your bowels decide to cooperate. Let's not forget the emotional side of it. Starting your day with a food that supports digestion also supports peace of mind. You're not waiting around, anxious. You're stepping into your morning already doing something for yourself. Oats are dependable. They don't cause wild swings in blood sugar, so you feel steadier. And that helps everything: mood, focus, and yes, bowel movements. Now picture this. It's mid-morning. You've had your oats. You're moving around the house, maybe reading a bit, tending to the garden, and you feel that gentle nudge, not cramping, not urgency, just readiness. That's your body thanking you. That's your gut remembering its rhythm. Let's say you've been relying on coffee for that same effect. Sure, coffee stimulates the bowels, but it's not enough. It's like pushing a stalled car. You get a little jolt, but it doesn't solve the real problem. Oats, on the other hand, build strength from the inside out. They don't just nudge the system, they train it. If you're worried about sugar or carbs, go for steel-cut or rolled oats, not the flavored instant packets. Those often sneak in added sugar and preservatives. You control what goes in. Maybe a drizzle of maple syrup, a few slices of banana, a dusting of ground flax. And remember, portion size is key. You don't need a mountain of oats. Just half a cup dry, cooked into one cozy bowl, is plenty to get the benefits. And if chewing is an issue for you, blend it. Make a smoothie with oats, banana, a spoon of peanut butter, and some almond milk. Smooth, filling, and digestion friendly. This isn't about becoming a health nut or changing everything you eat. It's about one dependable decision. Every day you give your gut something it can work with. You tell your body, let's do this the easy way. So tomorrow morning while the kettle's on or the toast is browning, reach for the oats. Let them remind your gut what regular felt like. Let them do the heavy lifting. You've got better things to do than sit around waiting. And as you clean your bowl and set it in the sink, there's this quiet victory, not dramatic, not headline-worthy, but deeply satisfying. Your digestion restored, your day begun, all from one bowl of something warm, soft, and strong. Now let's move from breakfast to something sweet, chewy, and quietly powerful. Prunes. You may remember them from your grandparents' pantry or from a time when they were called dried plums to make them sound more appealing. But don't let the humble look fool you. Prunes are nature's most dependable digestive aid. When you chew one, you're not just eating a dried fruit. You're unlocking an age-old solution to an age-old problem. You pop one into your mouth. The skin wrinkles between your teeth. It's rich, earthy, a little tangy. And inside that bite is a potent mix of sorbitol, fiber, and natural sugars that nudge your bowels awake. Sorbitol is a natural sugar alcohol that pulls water into the colon, softening stools. Unlike over-the-counter laxatives that push or cramp your gut, sorbitol whispers. It encourages. It coaxes your digestive system back into motion, gently and effectively. If you've gone 2 or even 3 days without a bowel movement, prunes can be the bridge that helps get things moving again, without the unpleasant surprises. And what's more, you don't need many. Just 5 or 6 prunes a day can make a world of difference. Still not sold? Maybe you're thinking, they're too sweet, or they're sticky and hard to chew. Let's fix that. Soak them in warm water overnight. They become plump, soft, and easier on your jaw. Add them to your oatmeal. Blend them into a smoothie with a banana and some yogurt. Or chop them up and mix into your salad dressing for a tangy sweet touch. There's something grounding about prunes. They come from plums that were ripened under the sun, then dried with care. No additives, no coloring, just fruit, concentrated and preserved. And inside that fruit, 3 grams of fiber per serving, most of it insoluble, exactly the kind that bulks up stool and moves things through. Now, fiber is half the equation, but water is the other. If you eat prunes but skip water, you might feel worse. Why? Because fiber needs water to do its job. Without it, things can clump and slow down. So each time you snack on prunes, drink a glass of water, tea, or warm lemon water with it. Think of it as teamwork, fiber and hydration dancing together. What if you're diabetic or watching your sugar intake? Good news, prunes have a low glycemic index. That means they release sugar slowly into the bloodstream and won't cause sudden spikes like candy or soda. You're nourishing your gut without upsetting your blood sugar. That's especially important after 60, when insulin sensitivity can change. Let's bring this into real life. Imagine it's mid-afternoon. You're feeling sluggish. Maybe you haven't had a full bowel movement in a couple days. You reach for a chocolate bar or a biscuit, hoping for energy. But next time, try a digestive snack plate. A few prunes, a handful of almonds, maybe a slice of cheese. Not only will it satisfy your sweet tooth, but you're actively supporting your digestion. You're choosing food as a remedy, not just as entertainment. And if you want to add more variety, explore other dried fruits with similar effects. Dried figs, apricots, and dates all offer different balances of fiber and natural sugars. But prunes, they still reign supreme when it comes to constipation relief. Backed by decades of use, and yes, modern science too, prunes have shown in study after study to improve stool frequency and consistency, especially in older adults. But let's not stop at eating them straight. Ever made a prune compote? Simmer prunes with a little water, cinnamon, and a squeeze of orange juice. You'll get a thick, spoonable mixture that can top yogurt, toast, or even roast chicken. Yes, chicken. That sweet, savory balance not only satisfies the palate, but keeps your gut humming. What about prune juice? It works, but it's less powerful than the whole fruit. When you drink the juice, you lose much of the insoluble fiber that helps bulk up stool. Still, in a pinch, it's better than nothing. Mix it with warm water and lemon to give it a little boost. Or combine with chia seeds, we'll talk about those soon, to make a gut-friendly drink. There's also something to be said about ritual. Eating prunes at the same time each day, perhaps mid-morning with tea or after lunch, trains your body to expect digestion support. Your gut loves rhythm. Your bowels thrive on predictability. When you give them a steady flow of supportive foods, they start responding like clockwork. You may not feel the difference overnight, but give it 3 days. Suddenly that bloating eases. You feel lighter after meals, less gassy, less tense. That tightness in your lower belly softens. You stop wondering, when's the last time I went? Because the answer becomes, this morning, just like usual. This isn't about dependence, it's about reliability. Prunes don't override your body, they work with it. They remind your gut of how it used to operate when you were younger, more active, more naturally hydrated and nourished. So the next time you're in the grocery store, walk past the cookies and grab a pack of prunes. They might not scream excitement, but they whisper healing. And those whispers can change everything. You walk into the kitchen, open the fridge, and see that bundle of leafy greens sitting in the drawer. Spinach, kale, maybe even a little arugula or collard greens. They're not flashy, they're not sweet, they don't come with a jingle, but these humble leaves carry one of the most powerful tools you have for getting regular again after 60. You grab a handful. The leaves are slightly cool, a little crisp, and maybe just starting to wilt. You rinse them off, give them a rough chop, and toss them in a pan with a drizzle of olive oil and garlic. In just a minute or two, they shrink down, soften, and release that deep green aroma that smells healing. This is where insoluble fiber shines. Leafy greens, especially dark varieties like kale, chard, and collards, act like scrub brushes inside your colon. They don't dissolve in water. Instead, they bulk up your stool and help push it through your intestines. Like traffic officers in your digestive system, they keep everything moving along. You might be thinking, but I eat salad. And that's great, but raw greens can sometimes be hard to digest, especially if your gut's a bit sluggish already. That's why lightly cooking them, steaming, sautéing, or wilting makes them easier on your system without sacrificing their benefits. And it makes them warmer, softer, and more appealing, especially if your appetite has slowed. But here's the deeper truth about greens. They do more than just provide fiber. They're packed with magnesium, a mineral that helps the muscles in your intestines relax. This gentle relaxation helps prevent cramping and supports smooth, coordinated bowel movements. After 60, magnesium levels can decline, especially if you're on certain medications. And that can contribute to constipation without you even realizing it. Greens help restore that balance, one forkful at a time. Take spinach, for example. 1 cup of cooked spinach gives you nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. Add a sprinkle of sesame seeds or almonds on top, and you've got a mineral-rich meal that your gut will thank you for. And don't worry, this doesn't mean you need to eat like a rabbit. Greens can become the heart of comforting meals. Think soups and stews with kale stirred in at the end. Think scrambled eggs with spinach folded through. Even a sandwich with a few fresh arugula leaves adds a gentle bitterness that stimulates digestion. Let's pause for a moment and picture something. It's dinner time. You're cooking for 1, maybe 2. Nothing fancy. Just a pan, some olive oil, chopped garlic, and a few cups of torn kale. The sizzle fills the air. You add a splash of lemon juice, maybe a few beans or lentils and a pinch of salt. Suddenly, you're not just making dinner. You're building a bowel-friendly masterpiece, one that brings comfort in the moment and movement in the morning. Want to go even further? Try green smoothies in the afternoon. Blend spinach with frozen mango, banana, in a little plain yogurt. Add a spoonful of flax or chia seeds. It's a drink that feels indulgent, but works like a cleanse from the inside out. But again, the trick isn't volume, it's consistency. A little bit of greens every day adds up. They hydrate, they mineralize, they clean house, and slowly you'll notice a difference. Less strain, less waiting, more predictability. And for those of you thinking, greens give me gas, don't give up. That's just your body adjusting. Start with smaller portions, cook them well, add ginger or fennel to reduce bloating. Your gut will get used to it, and once it does, you'll wonder how you ever manage without them. It's not just about what leaves your body, it's also about what stays. Greens contain antioxidants that reduce inflammation. And yes, even your digestive system can get inflamed, especially after years of processed foods, stress, or medications. So by eating more greens, you're not only clearing blockages, you're healing the lining of your gut. That means better absorption, better immunity, and better comfort overall. And let's talk about your mindset. Eating greens isn't punishment, it's permission to feel light again, to trust your body, to expect movement, not mystery, to feel like your digestion is something you understand and manage, not something that surprises or frustrates you. One more tip: keep a small bag of frozen spinach or kale in the freezer. It lasts months and you can toss a handful into almost anything. Soup, stew, omelet, even pasta sauce. It melts in and works quietly in the background, helping you day after day. So tomorrow when you open your fridge, look at those greens with new eyes. They're not just for salad, they're a gift to your gut. And each time you stir them into your meal, you're stirring hope and healing into your day. Let's keep that momentum going with something small, tiny even, but powerful beyond measure. Chia seeds. At first glance, they look like nothing. Black or white little specks you could brush off the counter without thinking. But inside those seeds is a secret weapon for digestion, especially after 60. You take a spoonful and drop it into water. You stir. At first, nothing happens, but then slowly the water thickens. A gel begins to form. Within 15 minutes, the mixture transforms into a smooth, slippery substance that moves like jelly. That's soluble fiber at work. And this kind of fiber is essential to softening stool and helping it glide through your digestive tract with ease. You sip the mixture, or maybe you spoon it. That gel coats your gut lining, gently stimulating movement without irritation. No cramps, no surprises, just motion. Chia seeds absorb up to 12 times their weight in liquid, and this swelling action helps bulk up stool in a healthy, hydrated way. They act almost like a sponge, sweeping through your system, collecting waste and water together into a soft, passable package. Think of it as the difference between trying to push a dry brick through a pipe versus a well-oiled sponge. The sponge always moves easier, but here's the key: you must hydrate. Chia seeds without water can actually make things worse. If you sprinkle them onto dry toast or cereal and eat them without any extra liquid, they can absorb water from your system instead of your cup, and that leads to blockage, not relief. So the golden rule is simple: chia plus water equals movement. Without water? Not so much. Let's make it easy. Every morning, take a glass of water or juice and stir in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes until it thickens, then drink it down. Add a squeeze of lemon or a dash of honey if you like. You can also blend them into smoothies, mix into yogurt, or stir into overnight oats. Even pudding, yes, pudding. Add them to almond milk with vanilla and cinnamon, refrigerate, and enjoy a spoonable, gut-loving dessert. And don't forget the omega-3 fatty acids in chia. As we age, inflammation can become a hidden enemy in our digestive tract, contributing to discomfort, bloating, and irregularity. Omega-3s help calm that inflammation down. They're not a miracle, but they're a part of the bigger picture, helping your gut feel soothed instead of stressed. Chia seeds also contain calcium, iron, and magnesium, 3 nutrients that support your muscles and nerves, including the ones responsible for bowel contractions. As you age, your body needs more of these minerals to do the same jobs it used to do effortlessly. Giving it the right tools makes everything smoother. Let's say you're heading out for a walk. You've had your chia drink, your stomach feels light, and your energy is stable. Not jittery like with caffeine, but clean and steady. That's because chia helps slow down digestion just enough to provide sustained energy, while still promoting regular movements. You're not running to the bathroom, but you're not stuck waiting either. And for those moments when you're feeling a little too backed up, try what I like to call the chia flush. Mix 1 tablespoon of chia seeds with 1 cup of warm water, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of sea salt. Drink it slowly first thing in the morning. Give it a couple of hours. It's gentle but effective, and it doesn't leave you feeling depleted. Worried about taste? Chia seeds are almost flavorless. Their power is in their texture and their function. And once you get used to that slightly gelled consistency, it can actually become soothing, like a daily ritual that feels more like self-care than medicine. You might also wonder, can I use flax seeds instead? Yes, and they're great too. But flax seeds need to be ground to release their benefits, whereas chia seeds work in whole form. No extra prep required. They're simple, shelf-stable, and easy to sneak into your daily routine. Picture this. You're setting the table for breakfast, a bowl of oats, maybe some warm prunes on the side, and next to your cup of tea, a chia drink waiting for you. It's a quiet moment, no rush, no frustration, just small choices adding up to big relief. And the best part, chia doesn't act like a drug. There's no rebound effect. You don't grow dependent. Your body simply remembers how to move, how to function, how to let go. For those who travel or live alone, chia is a godsend. You don't need refrigeration. You don't need special cooking tools. You just need a spoon, a glass, and 5 minutes. That's it. And the results? They're real. They're lasting. They're gentle. This is how healing works after 60. Not with drama, but with rhythm. With choices you can repeat day after day. With tools that never stop working. Chia seeds are one of those tools. Small, quiet, and powerfully consistent. So the next time you're stocking your pantry, pick up a bag. Keep it close. Use it daily. And notice how your digestion shifts. Not suddenly, not chaotically, but smoothly. Like a tide returning to shore. Like a rhythm remembered. Now we arrive at the final piece of your gut's puzzle. Yogurt. Cool, creamy, comforting. Just a spoonful, and already there's something calming about it. It's the kind of food that doesn't fight back, doesn't bloat you up, doesn't leave a weird aftertaste. It just settles. And when you're over 60 and your digestion feels off balance, that settling is everything. You take a bite, it's slightly tangy, smooth, and familiar. But inside that spoon is something far more powerful than just calcium and protein. You're swallowing millions of live, active cultures, probiotics, tiny invisible helpers that go straight to work in your gut. Think of your digestive system as a garden. Over the years, that garden can get overrun by bad bacteria, by stress, by antibiotics, even by aging itself. The soil isn't as rich. The plants don't grow as easily. Probiotics, found in good quality yogurt, are like the gardeners that come in and replant, rebalance, and restore. You've got different strains in each spoonful, lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, each with its own job. Some reduce gas, some help you absorb nutrients better. Others improve motility, that natural wave-like movement your intestines should do to move waste along. When that movement slows with age, these good bacteria help rev it back up, naturally. And here's what's beautiful about it. You don't need a pharmacy or a complicated cleanse. Just a small bowl of yogurt, once or twice a day. It's that simple. Of course, not all yogurts are created equal. You want plain, unsweetened yogurt? Greek is great, but even regular whole milk yogurt is a strong choice. Skip the flavored ones with fruit at the bottom or sugary mix-ins. Those often cancel out the benefits with added sugar, which can inflame your gut and feed the wrong kind of bacteria. Instead, top your yogurt yourself. Add those chia seeds, stir in some prune compote, a few walnuts, a drizzle of honey if needed. Suddenly it becomes a gut-healing bowl, and it still tastes like dessert. Now, if dairy isn't your friend anymore, don't worry. There are plant-based yogurts made from almond, coconut, and cashew milk that are loaded with probiotics. Just check the label to make sure they say live active cultures. That's the phrase that means the good bugs are alive and ready to work. Let's step back for a moment. What does it actually feel like when probiotics start doing their job? Well, for one, you may start waking up with less bloating. Your belly feels softer, less puffed up. Your pants fit better, not because you lost weight, but because your body stopped holding on to waste. You might find you go to the bathroom without having to think about it. No pushing, no straining, just ease. You might notice less gas after meals, or a shift in how often you go from once every few days to once a day, maybe even twice. And the stool itself, softer, more formed. Like your body remembers the recipe for healthy digestion again. And over time, you might feel lighter emotionally too. That's not just a poetic thought. There's real science behind it. Your gut and brain are connected. A healthy microbiome supports mood, sleep, and even memory. So as you build that gut garden back up, you're helping your mind too. Let's talk about timing. The best time to eat yogurt? When your stomach isn't overwhelmed, maybe mid-morning as a snack, or with dinner as a soothing end to your meal. You want those probiotics to land in your gut when it's ready to receive them, not in the middle of heavy, greasy food traffic. And if you want a little upgrade, add a spoonful of inulin powder, a prebiotic fiber that feeds your probiotics. It's like fertilizer for your gut garden. Or sprinkle in some oats, prunes, or leafy greens. Yes, you can blend them in a smoothie bowl. Everything we've talked about works better together. Now, what if you've taken antibiotics recently, or you're on medications that mess with your gut? That's exactly when yogurt matters the most. Those good bacteria are like the rebuilding crew after a storm. They help restore balance, reduce irritation, and guide your bowels back to routine. It's not flashy, it's not fast, but it's dependable. And after 60, that's the kind of power food you need. So picture this, the day's winding down. You've had your greens, you drank your chia water, maybe even a couple prunes earlier, and now a bowl of yogurt in your hands. The lights are low, the house is quiet, you take a bite. Cool, smooth, and soft. It feels like a full stop, like your body saying, we did good today. That bowl doesn't just help you tonight, it sets you up for tomorrow. It builds, it supports, it rebalances. This is the journey to regularity. Not a sprint, but a steady, loving return to rhythm. Each food in this story has a role, and now they all live inside you, working together, whispering the same message. Let go, be light, trust your body again. And now as we close, take a deep breath. You've walked through 5 foods, simple, everyday ingredients that offer your body what it's been quietly asking for. Not demands, not quick fixes, just support, gentle encouragement, the kind that respects the pace of life after 60. Maybe you're sitting with a warm drink in your hand right now. Maybe the house is quiet, or maybe there's a soft hum in the background. Whatever you're setting, know this. Your body is listening. It responds to what you give it. It remembers how to move, how to release, how to heal. Sometimes it just needs a little help. A bowl of oats in the morning, a few prunes in the afternoon, a handful of leafy greens, rich in magnesium, a spoonful of chia, swollen with water and purpose. And at the end of the day, a cup of yogurt, cool, calm, and full of life. That's not a complicated plan, but it's a powerful one. Give it a week. Give it 2. Notice the shifts, not only in your body, but in your peace of mind. The quiet confidence that comes when your digestion is no longer a mystery, but a familiar rhythm again. Because this isn't about fixing something broken. It's about restoring what was always there. A system designed to work in harmony, to flow, to release, and to renew. So tonight, as you settle in, let your body rest. Let it take what it needs from the food you've given, and know that tomorrow, you'll wake up one step closer to feeling light, regular, and deeply well again. Sleep easy. You're on your way.